Good evening, everybody. This is your boy. This is Legend Muyui. I'm back for another playthrough of Shadowrun Returns. How have you been? How have you been doing? How was your week? Mine was great. I was off of work for about 2 days, so it was all nice and lovely. And then I entered back into work to see a bunch of new faces. So everything was good. So we're going to get started jumping back in. I forgot exactly where I was. However, we're going to check where that is momentarily. So let's take a look here. Let's get everything fired up. Okay, so this is the game. And I like it. I love it. Okay, so this is Iger. You should know about Iger. I'm putting my brain power to work. I really don't remember where we were. This is Dietrich with his shamanistic tattoos, and of course the anarchy symbol. Actually, no, it's not slanted, so that's actually a pentagram. It's and glory. Okay, let's see where we were. Oh yeah. We was down in the other keys, whom stole our stuff, and so we're going to try to get it back. We'll see. Okay, so we busted our way down here. We're going to do some talking. I'm going to check on my stats. I have 1 point. But I want to see exactly how do I build my character. I got 2 action pools, 30 health, armor's 3, measly strength, fair quickness, a really good mage, and actually I'm a horrible mage. I don't have enough magic. I only got 1 magic spell, so I need to upgrade my arsenal. I'll probably do that if I get out of this and I got some money left over. Biotech. I'm sorry, my intelligence, so I'm becoming a nice decker. I don't think I'll be really good until I get up to like 6, so oh man, it's going to be a lot to try to get up to there. And my charisma, I can't talk my way out of anything, so that's not good. Anyway, let's go. And I don't got that much money either. Yeah, okay. Alright, we'll see. I'm gonna open up this door. And it's 2 guys here. 2 on 2, that should be enough. Should be fair. Now this is the same man you met in the market, but the friendliness is gone from his face. And in its place is a cold, unwavering gaze. How'd he get down here? I didn't see him pass me. Anyway. You should have stuck to the market, stranger. If the Ragbengeister wished to be found, would open a cafe. Now, what do you want of us? Say your piece. I don't know. It looked like an invitation to me. If you really don't want to be found, you might want to hide your tracks a little better. Oh, I just wanted to see all what the gang's fuss was about. Pool pad you got here. I'm from the Cruise Bazaar. You stole a shipment of our supplies bound for the keys. We want it back. But I saw you upstairs and I didn't see you on the way down. Yeah, I'm gonna be professional. I'm not gonna be comical like I actually would be. He stares you down for a long moment, then breaks into a chuckle. Guess we were a little careless on that one. I figured with Monica Schaefer gone, the Cruise Bazaar would be an easy score. So that's why you're here. We stole your supplies, now you want them back. It's about right, yeah. Which I completely understand, stranger, believe me, but unfortunately we need those supplies more than you do. I will have to graciously decline your offer to relieve us of your property. I can see things are hard around here, Corin, but I have to look out for my own keys, and that shipment belongs to us. And I will graciously give you one chance to turn over those supplies before I shoot you in the face. It's a shame you guys didn't search us for weapons. So, man, so this is difficult. My Christian values in comparison to how I would play out this character. He would be cold and calculating. He would say everything. It's pretty much wisdom for the career he's in. So I would probably shoot him in the face. I wouldn't say it's a shame. I wonder if I would get a surprise attack with that. Anyway, I would admit that it's hard because I was here to do a run. So I'm going to graciously give him one chance. That's very... Corin rolls his eyes settling and then turns to his crew. Did you imbeciles really not search for weapons? Yeah. Regardless, I had hoped to avoid bloodshed, but we cannot back down on this. Sorry, stranger. So who goes first? They go first, of course. Alright, so... I don't got really much to do. I'll flashbang, but that will lead to... No, I can't. It doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so back to my magic. I'm gonna attempt to shoot him. Oh, 6 damage. That was lackluster. And I'm going to waste 1, which gives me 2. And they're across one another. I can't go there. Grouping them up together is going to be bad in case they have an AoE. So I'm going to pierce up armors. Anyway, alright, so I'm going to kick this guy. It works. So he can't do much. I'm going to fireball him. And of course I missed with, what, 91%? You know, makes sense. Oh wow, but that hit hard. And I'm gonna use her to scratch the mess out of this guy. Because, well, I can do that. Okay, so I can do that. There we go. And he's gonna run. Oh, you shot her. Okay, well, you left yourself... Oh, wait a minute, what does this do? Oh, 99% chance! I'm gonna blast him with a 5. That was weird. Why is that spell? Probably got upgraded. And I miss. So... what do we got? 2 razors, a bit more internal damage, stacks bleed, strips armor. Let's try that. Oh, only 48%, probably won't hit. Makes sense. Let's do what we did to the other guy. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. And we just chop him up. How did I miss? He's dazed. And we're just gonna take turns. I'm gonna throw fireballs. Just slice. And he's still dazed. No, that's a mistake. Yeah, this doesn't make sense at all. Throwing fireballs, knocked him out. All right, so what's this? They're empty. You drop something. There's keys. Expect everything. You would think that it would have like some additional people or something like that. Some stuff up there. Nothing down here if I was to... Nope. We got a terminal over here. A standard cyber terminal waits on the table before you. The screen is active, displaying a basic list of simple data queries. We are going to check inventory logs. It appears that the Raubengeister kept a detailed inventory of their stolen goods. A quick scan of the data indicates that while the medical supplies bound for the cruise bazaar are long gone, Gunnery's missing weapon shipments is currently in the storage locker at Frankfurt Tor. The locker number is marked as 49. You copy the information in your PDF and forward it to Gunnery. That's it. That was kind of a lackluster. But anyway, if that's this mission, it was only $500, so it's not going to get me much. Maybe I can get one more spell. And do I have to fight my way out? Yeah, they're not there. Oh, they just, oh, lovely. They're just gonna, mosey on back. Matter of fact, we're just gonna power walk. Yeah, we're doing that power walking thing going on. We're gonna step up. And we're gonna mosey on about our minute. Huh. Wasn't too bad. Got some alone time with Glory, even though she didn't say nothing. Alright, we're going to board the train back. We're going to go back. We're going to talk to the burly, stocky, older German guy. Let him know what's going on. You emerge from the U-Bahn station and out of onto familiar streets of the cruise bazaar. The energy here is a stark contrast to the weary, slowly drowning mood of the Gerstenbrunner. The Kreuzberg is an island of hope, afloat still amidst the dangerous currents of the flux state, but it wouldn't take much for it to capsize. It's time to find Gunnery and tell him the news. Yo, Gunnery, I got your stuff. I guess that's how I would say it, but I don't know how that would sound in German because this is a German-based game. Oh, so they took money out of that 500. Jeez. Yeah, alright, so Gunnery. Took care of that business. A faint smile, please, across the normal taciturn merchant's face. Yes, and my people have been have already retrieved the shipment exactly where you said it would be a good work. How are you able to manage that? Let's just say those fatherless men got what they deserve for messing with the cruise bazaar. Things got a little messy, but I got the job done. Yeah, let's go with that. Good. Sometimes a little mess is necessary. Oh man. Here's your payment as promised, and it should need any weapons, thanks to and should you need any new weapons, thanks to you, I have some merchants available. Would you like to take a look? No, but maybe next time. Until then, plus anchor. Alright, so I got some stuff out of the way. Alright, let me take a trip over to this place. Because it's called the Tails Monger or Tails Clemmer. Yeah, I ain't talking to her no more. You know, she does look kind of pretty, but she took my mind for a ride, and I wasn't ready for that. Hello again, may I help you? If you're selling, I'm buying. Show me your inventory. All right, so see what we got for spells. Okay, we got a bolt of lightning that does a single, that targets a single enemy, and it also does -1 AP. That could be cool. We have a ball of lightning. I don't want to stay away from the +1s. I'll do +2s or higher. A fire explosion that does ongoing -2% damage for 2 rounds. So it does 15 damage. It's an AoE of 2. That may be cool. Alright, let's see what I can do. I want to do this, and let's see if I can get this heal too. I can, and it leaves us just above broke. That's perfectly fine. Alright, so we're going to roll out with that. Really got no money. And we're going to head back to, I'll talk to a little shorty over here who's been working on our disc and see what's going down. Alright. What's that? What's her name? Mallet Hoyley? Oh, guess I can't talk to her about all of those things. Anyway, let's head back to the safe house. Let's do a quick check. No one's chatting yet, so that's cool. Alright, so we're going to see what we got. We got no objectives. No mission objectives, so we need to do one of the missions. Okay, so we're gonna talk to our crew. We're gonna check up on Dietrich, because he's right there. You really came through for me, boss. You ever need anything from me? Anything at all? Then you call on me. I'll come running. Yeah, how's your nephew holding up? He's a good kid, that nephew of mine. Give him some time and he'll shake Stahl's programming. It'll take a while, but he'll adjust to life here in the Cruise Bazaar. In the meantime, I found a good home for him. Samuel agreed to take him in. Is that wise? Samuel's employees have no love for humanists. Most of them don't even like humans. Best thing for the kid will be to learn through immersion. If he stays with Samuel's group, he'll have no choice but to interact with metahumans. Soon enough, he'll learn that they're no different from anyone else. First few days will be rough, no question, but he'll make it through and come out on the other side a better man for it. Or something could go wrong and he can, mess up a troll or orc and they'll punch him and kill him. He seems like a tough kid. I don't doubt that you're right. Time will tell, I suppose. You've done your part, it's on him now. True. But I always want to encourage the youth. I'm a youth guy, especially young men. I'm about making them, into men. So we can just remove the young part. Anyway, seems like a tough kid. Dietrich claps you on the shoulder. You're a good man, boss. On to other things. Remember what I was telling you before we climbed into the van? Yeah, you were saying that the Dragon Slayer was happy that you've been given a reward. That's right. Thanks to our, let's not mince words here, heroic actions back in the swine pit, the Dragon Slayer has seen fit to grant me his favor. His grin widens. And now I know what that means and what I can do with it. Well, keep me in suspense. I'm listening. He gestures at the ground near his feet. This. As you watch, the spot that Dietrich is pointing at begins to glow. Lines of force spread out in a scintillating web, and a feeling of raw power suffuses your body. I've just torn open a channel between myself and the Dragon Slayer. That power that you feel is his power, pouring through the ether and into that spot. If you're familiar with ley lines, it's the same basic concept. I concentrated a patch on the ground, and as long as I stand on that spot, my magic gets stronger. He crosses his arms over his chest. Not bad, huh? What about another mage or shaman? Could someone else could someone else benefit from one of these channels too? No, Dietrich, not bad at all. I was kind of hoping for something more bite, fireball, laser, or something like that. Oh man, people are so ungrateful. Oh snap! Yeah, I need to ask about this because I'm a mage. Don't see why not. Like I said, it's basically a ley line. As long as you're on the Dragon Slayer's good side, I don't see why you couldn't use it. My idol isn't stingy with his gifts. Anyway, boss, I want to keep fiddling with this, learn to properly control it, and I'm sure you'll get things, and sure you got things to do as well. You take care of whatever else it needs to be doing, what else needs doing, and by our next run, I'll be ready to use it. Sounds good. Take care, Dietrich. You too, boss. Oh, that's cool. All right, let's talk to Iger. Iger turns to your face. There's a pain look on her face. Look, I owe the apology. I'm listening. Yeah, my character would take that with her. Oh, was that so? Darn right. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. When Monica died, I was pissed. That probably doesn't come as a huge surprise, but I took that anger out on you and I shouldn't have. Seeing Winter's body like that was enough to convince me you couldn't have done anything to help Monica, and I couldn't have either. We're dealing with something new. Monica was a good friend of mine. Her death hurt. I got carried away and I said some things that I shouldn't have. I want to apologize for that. Her body relaxes. She begins to turn away. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. There are a few things I wanted to say too. She stops and turns back to your face. You can see she's worried. See the worriedness behind her eyes. Go ahead, nobody's stopping you. That weak apology changes nothing. Your behavior with Monica's death was inexcusable. I'm not going to go for this one. I accept your apology, but if you ever insult me like that in front of the team, you're going to regret it. That I promise. She nods appreciatively. Some backbone. It's good to see. Don't worry, Plus Anchor. I won't question your competence again. Not in front of the others, at least. But I won't lie. I still have concerns about you. That's your prerogative, but don't forget who leads the team. What kind of concerns? Basic ones. I don't want to see history repeat itself. Make up your mind, Iger. You just said that you won't blame me for Monica's death. You won't. This team's going to succeed, with or without you. What history are we talking about? That makes more sense. My character would get an understanding. I'd rather not go into it, fearless leader. Let's just say that I have had some bad luck with unexperienced teammates, and I'll leave it at that. She turns away. You should go, fearless leader. I've got prep work to do for our next run, and you got more important things to do than watch me pack my gear. All right, a little something going on there. All right, cool. All right, Glory, you're the ambiguous one. Us Anchor needs something. Everything is still okay. I still like to know more about that chrome you're sporting. Any thoughts about the last run? Can't chat, Glory. I got things to do. That's dumb because I just came up to talk to her. So I'm gonna say, hey, Shody, what you think about the last run? No, Plus Anchor. Nothing, not right now. Okay. Everything still okay with you? You never need to worry about me, Plus Anchor. I'm fine. Yeah, I still want to know about that chrome that you're sporting. That's not a story that I'm interested in telling out of context. if you really want to get into it, we're going to go way back, way back. She stares at you with her cold, dead eyes. I'm not sure you want to do that. You say that you'll give me an answer when we talk about your past, so let's talk about it. Why do you care? There is no history. There's no hostility in her voice. If anything, she sounds suspicious. Because I'm the leader of this team, and I need to know as much as I can about the runners who I'm working with. Boom. She pauses for a moment, considering. Then she nods. All right, fine. We can talk. But we're going to do things on my terms. This is a long story plus anchor. Long and ugly and cruel. Are you sure that you want to hear this? Please. All right, I'm going to start at the beginning. Not for you, for me. I guess that might help me to say all of this. I guess this might help. I guess that it might help me to say all this out loud. Oh man, so we're about to dig in. I see some red around her eyes. I can kind of see where this is going. She takes a deep breath, then slowly releases it. When she speaks, her voice comes out as a cool monotone. I really haven't watched the show. I probably got to go back and rewatch it. But I think it's Daria. It was an old school show. That's what I think her voice would sound like. Anyway. That's why I like these games that you actually got to read and you can't hear their voice. You get to imagine what it actually would sound like when they give you pictures and stuff. So I think that's pretty cool. I think she would be a pretty cool, chill girl. Because they don't give much context of her personality, I think that's why I would think that she's more of a chill girl than perhaps Iger. Iger's kind of rude and brash and callous and really doesn't display femininity. So, you know. And Dietrich just seems like some wise old uncle. Well, street-wise uncle. She takes a deep breath, then slowly releases it. When she speaks, her voice comes out as a cool monotone. My family lived in Stuttgart. It was a nice enough place, I suppose. My parents worked as wage slaves for IFMU. I don't know what that acronym is. My mom was a good person. Once upon a time, my father was a decent person as well. That's what my mom always told me, but I never knew him that way. I'm thinking of some type of abuse, essay, as they called it, might be popping up in this story. We're about to find out, though. She pauses for a long moment. When she begins speaking again, some of the ice has fallen away from her voice. For the very first time you met her, Glory sounds alive. The dad that I knew was an old, damaged war vet who turned to hard-line religion to make sense of the world. In Stuttgart, that meant either their written Christie or their fascist cousins, the Cruz critters. My father chose the latter path. I still remember hiding in my room when my father had his Cruz critters brothers over for prayer group. They would drink and get rowdy, then spend an hour or two riling themselves up with talk about heretics and the devil's work. Yeah, I can see where this is all going. This is like a dime a dozen story. It's amazing how so many people want to borrow from Christianity. But their understanding of it is so lackluster. So you got some people who are calling themselves, well, I don't know what these German words actually mean, so this could be something else, but devil comes from Christianity. I mean, there are various cultures who take the use of the word devil, but it comes from Christianity. I mean, it always has. any other person who believes otherwise. It's kind of weird. Anyway, so they got false. They have people who may claim they're Christian, but they're actually doing bad behavior. So they're not doing Christian type things like getting drunk. So the Bible doesn't say that we can't drink. It says that we can't be drunkards. And so if you're drinking every day, you got a problem. I'm sorry. If you're drinking alcoholic beverages daily, you may have a problem. And so getting riled up, what does that mean? And in the eyes of a young child, it could mean a whole lot of things. I mean, she's talking about her dad back in the day when she had a child's understanding, and then she grew up not placing context upon anything that was done. But we'll see where the story goes, because I understand where this is going to go. I mean, just from the crux of how it's starting. Then they go find some poor elf or dwarf, stomp the living crap out of them, and drown themselves in the nectar. So, whatever type of religion this is, it doesn't like the elves, dwarves, trolls. I'm sorry. Elf or dwarf. Didn't say anything about trolls or orcs, mainly probably because they would probably get beat up because they're a bigger, something's in my eye, a bigger, stronger race. So, and then they would get drunk again. So this doesn't seem like any part of Christianity at all. None. Meanwhile, I'll be holed up at home with Mom, who would commemorate the evening by drinking a bottle of wine and crying herself to sleep. So the mother, knowing what's going on, drowns out her sorrows with alcohol, which is not good. And then she goes to cry herself to sleep. She doesn't explain anything to her daughter. Her daughter is then left to believe whatever she wants to believe. Just elves, dwarves, I'd assume that a mage or an orc would make more tempting targets. I like to get my hands on your dad and his comrades, see how they like pushing someone who can push back. I'm sorry, Glory, no child should have grown up around that. So, they're not saying they've hurt a woman yet, so I wouldn't go here. But we're talking about Glory, and my character and this character both would be apologetic towards a lifestyle that she grew up around. Thanks, Plus Anchor. This is difficult for me. Thank you for making it easier. So here's the tough thing. If you're talking to someone and you're counseling them and you're going through all of this, you want to understand where they're coming from, but sometimes in the midst of their stories and everything that's happened in their life, you probably got to confront them with something of their own mindset, because we can't control what other people do, but we can only control what we can do. Her being a young child, there's not much that she can do right now, so all this is being forced upon her. I can understand. I have sympathy, I have pain for her at this particular point, but we'll see where the story goes. Anyway, aside from the fact that my dad and his buddies were a bunch of murderous donkey butts, life was pretty normal. I went to school, made friends, hung out with my mom and kid stuff. Then I turned 14 and everything went to heck. Glory pauses, then swallows hard, ever so slightly. Her cheeks flush red. Suddenly she looks self-conscious, as if she had just snapped out of her trance. As quickly as it came, the flush of emotions disappeared. Her voice frothed over. That'd be kind of cool. I would like to hear how the writer actually imagined that actually would have sound. That would have been cool to have some type of audio right there, or visual. Anyway, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Airing this stuff out is clearly helping you to work through it. Keep on going, Gord. I would never say that. You don't need to say anything that you don't want to, but if you if you ever want to talk, you know where to find me. I'm gonna say airing it out does help. If there's any pushback after that, I would just leave it alone. But I won't jump into that because people know what's really going on. We are intelligent beings when it comes to dealing with our own emotions, and if we talk long enough, and someone else is hearing us, it's kind of a weird thing. We're gonna police what we say, but we're going to be thinking through what we're actually going through, so we may actually even come up with an answer or proper answers to it. That's why, never mind, I'm not even going to go into that. So I'm going to go, yes it is, glory stares at you through cold dead eyes, but I'm not going to be able to get through this in one sitting. You'll need to understand that. See, this is where I would say, okay, fine. She turns away from you, her movement's mechanical. Now let's get back to the job at hand, shall we? Ooh, that was kind of brisk. Alright, so I could watch more. Let's kind of move this story along. We'll take the next time if we have time to get things. So I need another job. Let me check my inbox. We need to talk. Oh yeah. I forgot all about him. Yeah, Dr. Iskabel with the sludge people. I'm sorry, not the sludge people. Oh, that's pretty bad. The sewer people. That's what I meant to say. So we're gonna run over to him, talk to him, and confront him. Be like, yo, bro, why you going back on your deal? Yo, well, man, why you gonna make me do all that? Because they doing a service for the city. You want your clean water to all of a sudden become potty water? Yeah, bro. What's up? Talk to me. Talk, doctor. I got your message. What do you want to discuss? I have a job for you. I'm always interested in hearing about new business opportunities. Good. So let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? Back before I immigrated here from my native Spain, I worked in a partnership with a Berlin-based R&D, research and development lab. The biotech that they were developing was very hush-hush, very cutting edge. Our arrangement was that I would bankroll their research and that they, in turn, would provide me a unique merchandise to sell in my clinics. Go on, clinics, you have more than one? Just tell me what you need. Just tell me what you want me to do, Doc. I don't need to hear your life story. No. This character, if he was me plus Anchor, he would gather as much information as he possibly could. That's based upon my favorite, my favorite scripture. Give me a moment. Hosea 4:6, for my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because they have rejected knowledge. That's the A side of that scripture. And so I don't like to, not have some type of knowledge on my hand. I don't think that the term knowledge is power is accurate, but, knowledge is useful. What is going on? Something is in my eye. Anyway, I'll tell them go on. About 2 years ago, things went sour. My name was slandered, and the fickle mistress, that is the public perception, turned against me. An ugly business, I assure you. Even talking about my fall from grace makes my stomach turn. The injustice of it all is almost too much to bear. Just how was your name slandered, or what did they accuse you of? I'm sure it was. All right, just skip to the end. Yeah. What happened? I'm sure it is. I came here to Berlin to escape all of that, but I also came here to be closer to the lab that I funded and the merchandise that I am owed. So let me guess, you want me to go fetch your merchandise? Yes, and to find out what happened to the lab itself. The facility is locked down, you see, nearly impenetrable, and I have no idea why. As I was packing to move to Berlin, all was well. 16 hours later, I arrived to discover the building locked tight with my merchandise inside. The Turk al-Tug has been running surveillance on the site since I set up shop here. In that time, no one has entered and no one has left. Whatever went wrong in there, it must have killed the research team. I want you to go find a way into the building, recover their cyber tech that they were developing, and find out what happened to the researchers in that order. If the building has been abandoned, I'm surprised that the lot is still sitting and hasn't been gobbled up by some corp or another. If your merchandise has been sitting in this building for 2 years, why did you approach Monica? Why didn't you approach Monica about this? All right, let's talk compensation. I'm gonna be a little bit inquisitive. Yeah, I've been working with Monica for like a few months. I believe it said at the beginning of the game. So why didn't he reach out to her prior? Who says that I didn't? Oh, okay, makes sense. I had a, let's say, tumultuous friendship with your dear departed Monica. We had our ups and downs, you see. And on this subject, she was most certainly down. That was her choice, and I'm hoping that you will be savvy enough not to make the same mistake. If the building has been abandoned, I'm surprised the lots keep running. All right, I don't really care about it being gobbled up by some corpse. What am I get out of this? I can offer you 2,000 new yen plus crack whatever plus a first crack at whatever biotech you recover from the site. I will, of course, have to charge you for anything that you want to have installed, but I can provide it to you at a discount. Okay. This is top of the line that we're talking about, mind you. Better than anything else that I've got in stock. And because it's biotech, the essence loss from planting it will be minimal. It's a win-win, even for a mage like you. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. I wonder if I was a different, if I wasn't a mage, would that line be in there? That is beautiful, beautiful. If they program this type of dialogue to be there based upon, yeah, I kind of like those little small things in games. Anyway, so what's it going to be? Will you take the job or not? All right, I'm in, Doc. Excellent. The facility you'll be looking for is a former laboratory in the Suttonling Bioscience. Take the U-Bahn to the Adamnorplatz, and you'll sure find it. Best of luck. Okay, cool. All right, I'm not going to do that one first. I am going to go back to my terminal and see what other stuff that I have. And actually, what time is it? I got a little bit of time. Oops, that's taking me somewhere I didn't. So I really like the aesthetic of this game. I like the hand-drawn stuff. I wish there was more that you can do with a lot of these point-and-click games. Maybe I'll program one myself one day, where you can interact with a whole lot of the things. You know, maybe just little novel things, not anything too much. Like if I could point and click here and sit down and have my character sit, kind of like they have on the Sims, that'd be pretty cool. All right, so I said I was going to come to my terminal. And so I got no inboxes. These are my old messages. I'm gonna open my job directory. I'm gonna view all my pending. I got 2 jobs pending. I have a PKV. Oh, excuse me. I think reading makes me yawn. A lot of talking, exhaling, and stuff like that. I'm not sure if it's something like that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if overly talking makes you yawn as well. Anyway, pending MK6 prototype extraction. Amsel face winces onto the screen. Plus Anchor, here you will find the complete transcript of my conversation with Herr Schmidt, a potential client. As you will see, the details of the job are a bit more vague than I would like, but the pay is quite substantial. After reading the transcript, you may choose whether or not to accept the job. If you respond in the affirmative, our client will be notified and I will make all the necessary preparations for the run. One other thing, Herr Schmidt providing me with a device to assist you on the run. He calls it a little black box. Apparently it can be used to compromise the power and security system on the run site. If you opt to take the job, be sure to take it with you. Amsel's image flickers and then winks away. A moment later, a glowing blue text field begins to scroll up from the bottom of the screen. Guest greeting, Herr Amsel. I trust that this connection is secure. Amsel, naturally, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking? Call me Herr Schmidt. Very well, Herr Schmidt. You have some business for me? Indeed, I have a job for your team. A simple matter. Judging by what I've heard of your team, I imagine this will be well suited to the will be suited to. I imagine that they will be well suited to the task. Go on. The interests that I represent have learned that AG Chemi Europa is working on a company-wide project, something very secret, very new. Reliable sources inform me that they are keeping a working prototype of this new venture in the Berlin facility. I see. And your employer wishes us to acquire this prototype for them? Naturally. What is this project? If you want my team to grab the prototype for you, they need to know what they're looking for. I am not at liberty to say. I can tell you that the prototype has been branded MK6. I can also tell you that your team will find it on the 25th floor of the Berlin facility, in the office of one Albrecht Hassofer. Further, I can assist your team in disabling building security and gaining access to the 24th floor. From there, however, they will be on their own. Such vagueness can be dangerous, Herr Schmidt. I will not commit my team to a run without better understanding of what the job entails. Facing such dangers is the purpose of a Shadowrunner, Herr Amsel. Your team will be rewarded handsomely for their services. My employer has set aside 20,000 new yen for the job. Consider it a hazard pay if you wish. Make it 25,000 new yen, or look somewhere else. 2250 new yen. My final offer. Very well. I will pass your offer to my team. Are there any further details that you can provide? Hassenhofer's office will be locked behind a vault door. The lock is old-fashioned, of the mechanical variety. I will provide your team with a copy of the key. I will also supply you with a little black box, a solid-state device that your team can use to override a variety of building systems. Your team will enter through the facility's underground garage. When your team has acquired the MK6, have them exit through the same garage. I will have a van there awaiting to extract them. Thank you, Herr Schmidt. I will pass your offer to my team. Good day, Herr Amsel. Am I going to accept the job or not? I'm going to accept it. I need the money. Run accepted, client notification sent. You take the little black box from the desk and pocket it before returning your attention to the screen. Wow, that's how? They didn't think that one through. Did they instantly transport that particular box to us? I don't know. That kind of thing would kind of raise an alarm. Anyway, let's go forth a little bit more. All right, so I'm only going to do that one job. I'm only going to do one job at a time, even though I currently technically have two. Where are we sitting at on time? Kind of wrapping up. So, I've talked to everyone. I've got a little bit of Do I still got a little bit of money? Where my money at? Yeah, I got chump change money. I do have some karma. Let's look to spend that. I'm a mage. My mage abilities are pretty good. However, I think, let's see, I could put 3 in there, which would leave me with 2. Or I could put in all 5 to raise up my intelligence. I would want to get my intelligence at least all the way up to 5, so that would be 5, 10, 15. That will make me a good decker. So, and I'm okay with not being as snarky when it comes to communication. I mean, talking to people, even though I would want my character to be, you know, if it's possible, be all the way at the top. But that's not really possible, so I could start, try to get at least 1 more, but then, yeah, that's not going to work. I want something that's actually going to help me on this next run. Dodge, or I could have more energy. I'm gonna have more energy. I'm gonna cap off at 5 in the first place, so it doesn't really matter. I don't want this to be too easy. Alright, so I'm gonna cap off there, and I'm gonna set myself up within the next run, and then I'm gonna call it quits. Alright, so we're going to... I have not talked to Blitz at all. Let's talk to him. Blitz looks up at your approach. The table beside him is littered with cigarette butts and a data jack cable dangled from a portable terminal set up by his side. Hey, Chief, you need something? Just checking in. You're doing all right. Now that you're set up, and I got some questions for you. Any thoughts about the latest run you would like to share? Well, he wasn't there, so he shouldn't really have anything to say. I'm gonna check up on him. His smile widens. Great, Chief. I'm doing just great. It's real nice to be able to wind down and relax for a change. No more worrying about the gangers or that ganger. Oh, sorry, this ganger or that ganger sneaking behind me and slipping a knife between my ribs. He slaps the table with a grin. It's a good change, Chief, I gotta say. No one is ever really safe. Not when gangers are involved. Don't let your guard down. Good, then you can focus on getting our current job done. Glad to hear it. Happy to have you on the team. Sure, let's go with that. I don't really have anything bad against him. Of course you are. He gestures at himself with a flourish. What's not to be happy about? Now that you're settled in, I got a few questions. Sure, let's ask him some questions. Blitz glances wistfully back at his terminal on the table, then turns back with a sigh of resignation. I suppose, but try to keep it short, okay, Chief? I got things to do. Technically you don't, but I can understand if he's a, always on the computer, or the net, or whatever they call it. I forgot what it's called for a second. I would be doing the same thing. I want to get back to my computer stuff. How long were you in Dragonkite? I can simply note. How long were you in Dragonkite? I ended up there after the anarchist revolution of '39. I was just a kid back then, too young to realize how good I was, how much money I could have made working in the shadows. He shakes his head, a wistful expression on his face. And so, being young and dumb, I fell in with the gang crowd, and that was that. You are a member of a drug gang. Why should I trust you? I suppose that I can go with that. Let's go with that. Why wouldn't you, Chief? I mean, just look at me. He does his best to give you a winning smile. I'm a trustworthy guy. Prove it. Tell me about the gang you rang with. Well, I don't know all that much, Chief. I wasn't a member of the gang leadership or anything, and I'm not really sure that why do you care either way. Consider it a test. I need to know where your loyalties lie. It doesn't matter why I care. Just tell me. On second thought, yeah, let's test his loyalties. He rolls his eyes. If that's what it takes for you to trust me, fine. Anything for you, Chief? Well, where to begin? When I first arrived at Dragon Kype, I spent some time taking the lay of the land. The Schwarzharzen were still a pretty small gang, strictly street level, but I could see they were going places. Opportunists, I see. I did a little pro bono decking for their leader, a fat little dwarf named Dieter. Soon enough, I was part of the family. For a drug gang, the Schwarzharzen were decent enough folks. I made a lot of money with them, helped them take the hotel in the first place. We had a lot of good years there. Then Dieter was killed in a firefight, and our happy little family fell apart. Was that when the hotel gang got attacked? But takes a deep breath, shifts his weight from one foot to the other. Not exactly. The Schwarzharzen maintained their hold on the Dragon Kype. I don't know if that's how you do it. Spell it, say it, or whatever. Someone who has German in them will let me know one day. But the change of leadership was bad news for me. After Dieter kicked the bucket, his second in command took over. She was a real piece of work. Called herself Leona Luster. She had a vicious streak a mile long, and she was none too fond of me. Yeah, can't imagine why. I know, what's not to like? Maybe she felt threatened by my friendship with Dieter back before he ate the bullet, or maybe she was just jealous of my rugged good looks. Who the heck knows? The point is, she went after me viciously. Within 24 hours of Dieter's death, I had a price on my head, and then the hotel got taken over. So that's what you need to know about this Schwarzharzen. Schwarzharzen. They were a great gang, a powerful gang. I helped to make them that way. They had a management turnover, and everything went to heck. Blitz rocks back on his feet, places his hand in his pocket, and that's the end of the story. Anything else you want to know? Wait a second, this isn't it. There are some pretty big holes in that story. Yeah, I'm going to use my intelligence. Come on, Chief. It's all ancient history. Oh, wouldn't you rather talk about our future, the runs we're going to go on, and all the money we're going to make? Blitz, tell me what happened between Luster putting a price on your head and the hotel getting attacked. All right, Chief. That's what it takes to make you happy. So, I was in a bind, right? The members of the Schwarzharzen who were loyal to Luster were all out for blood. My blood. And none of them were going to stick their necks out for me. The advantage of being a ganger is protection in numbers. When those numbers turn against you, you've got to get creative if you want to stay alive. What did you do? Lips taps the plastic on his data jack. What I had to. Luster had declared war on me, so I retaliated and won. All without ever firing a shot. That is not an answer. Blitz sighs. You won't be satisfied until I spell it out with you. Okay, fine. I hacked into Luster's computer and sent all of her information to a rival organization. Remember Frank from the hotel? He was my liaison. They hit the Schwarzhagen and they hit him hard. And they took the hotel and they took me. I admit that the plan backfired a little. That serves you right for ratting out your own gang. You're a traitor, Blitz. If you did what you had to do in your place, I'd probably have done the same, but I would have been better. Blitz lets out a sigh of relief. Thanks, Chief. I knew you'd understand. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to what I was doing. He gives you a lazy salute. We'll talk later, I'm sure. And Chief, I'm glad to be on a member of the team. He's kind of shady. He just ratted out his people, and anyway, we are going to go on to the main quest, and we're going to get there, and then we're going to stop. We're going to be on the U-Bahn platform. Yep. We're going to go. Yeah, we're going to assemble a team and travel to the AG Kimi Europa facility to extract the MK6 prototype. And of course, who's coming with me? We're taking Glory because I think she's cute, even with her cybernetics. We're going to take Dietrich because I kind of like him. And because I'm a man of conflict resolution, we're going to take Iger. We're going to work through all of our problems. And she's pretty good at shooting stuff and making sure I stay alive. So, yeah, that's why we're taking her. Are you sure we're about to? Yeah, I'm sure. We're going to travel. We're going to make this happen. Oh, so we got a reading section here. Okay, monolithic plastic, sterile. The Berlin office of the AG Kimi Europa is all of these and things and more. The worst qualities of modern corporate culture, all mixed into a toxic stew and swooshed into a single prefabbed office building. Thankfully, you shouldn't have to stay long. According to the intel that your client provided, this should be a simple smash and grab operation, and you've been given the tools to carry it out with a minimum of fuss. The MK6 prototype, whatever it is waiting for you on the 25th floor. It's time to go and get it. Okay, so I should have sold some of this stuff. All right. Am I +3, 2, 2? Okay, we're doing all right. Our AG Kim Europa Satellite Administration Complex after hours. Hey, anybody tell you go nowhere? All right, so you know what time it is, people. And this is your last piece of entertainment, which I do hope it is. I hope that you will take this time to do something a little bit more beneficial for yourself. Let that be something that you're working on, something that you're perfecting, something that's going to make you better, something that's going to ensure that you and your family benefits greatly from it. It could be learning how to cook because you are tired of going out and spending a lot of money on food that is non-beneficial for you, that is causing you to be obese. Obesity can come with its problems, and you don't want to be obese. So you may want to learn how to cook nutritious meals. You may want to learn how to exercise. You may want to learn how to do gymnastics. Learn how to do a split. Stretch out those kinks in your bodies, because if you're sore and you got aches and cricks in your body, you can stretch it out. Go easy if you haven't done it in a while. We don't want you to hurt yourself. You may want to learn how to write a book. You may want to learn how to do various things. You can take that time after this video and do those things. Don't spend all of your time engrossed in entertainment, and enjoy yourself. And like always, this is your boy, Legend Muyui, out.